Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Make Movies Great Again movie club. My name is Matt.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Sean.
Here we are again. Another movie club. This is movie club 15, 16. Which one is this?
It's more than that.
It's a lot.
17.
17? Whoa.
Yep.
So we did Nobody Speak, Trials of the Free Press for the movie this week. It's a documentary mainly about, it starts off with the Gawker trial versus Hulk Hogan, Gawker versus Hulk Hogan with the sex tape and whatnot. Starts with that, and then it goes into basically talking about, well, let's talk about it. What was it about? What was the major... we want to do thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs medium till the end, right? We want to change that? Okay.
Yep. Well, it talks about free press.
Yes.
Starts off with first half. Actually, I happened to pause it halfway through, right after the verdict. The exact first half of the movie is the Gawker case.
Yes.
And when the verdict comes out, halfway through the movie, they started talking about potential backers behind Hulk Hogan who
wanted to see Gawker go down.
Yeah, it's tough. Documentaries, tough in 15 minutes. A lot of information to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll assume you watched it, hopefully.
Yeah.
After that, it's who backed Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Where else has this happened in the world?
Yep.
In Las Vegas, mainly.
Mm-hmm.
And who have those two people backed since those cases were won?
Yes. What is the guy's name who was supposedly like the guy who's behind...
Sheldon Adelson?
Sheldon Adelson. Wasn't it?
Oh, no, that's the Las Vegas guy.
Yeah.
Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel, right. Yeah. Who is supposedly the guy on Silicon Valley was based after him. It was like kind of like his character was based after him.
Yeah, they mentioned that. I've never seen that character for one. But
so it's like using like the power and money that some of these people have to kind of thwart,
to skew the law.
Yeah, and to skew the law. Yeah.
Sean, I sensed some of this in explaining that. I sensed, and I mean, stop me if I'm wrong, I had trouble following this. I felt like exactly the first half was the Hulk Hogan Gawker thing. Okay, I'm on board, I understand it, this is what I thought it was about. And then the last half was like 3 different skews from it. And I was like, okay, so how the hell did we get to the Las Vegas newspaper?
Right, so, yeah, exactly. And that's how I felt. I was like, oh, okay, this is what this is about. And then it totally moves along. And, I mean, it's a documentary. They're presenting a case and making facts. So it's not like they don't really have to follow, like, a plot. But it did feel weird. It's like, all of a sudden, we went from Hulk Hogan's 10-inch penis to, Donald Trump and, like, his ability to say that wasn't me speaking, that was my TV personality, which is a whole other thing in this documentary, which is weird. But.
Which I think right now, for everybody's best interest out there, make a character of yourself. That way you can just blame everything, what you say, on that's what the character would do. That's what the character would say. Just do that.
The implications of that is unbelievable.
Yeah, just do that. Just make a character of yourself. Make it a Twitter account, whatever you need to do. That way you can, in the court of law, you can just say, that I didn't say that. That would be my character saying that.
I'm going to name my alter ego Matt Vieira.
I'm going to name my alter ego Sean Abernathy.
Damn it. So, I don't know. First of all, when you brought this movie up last week, I thought you just said
I just thought it was the Gawker case.
Right, you just said Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
So I actually watched it with Molly, and she's like, "What is it about?" And I was like, "Oh, it's about this and that, and this is what I know about it. I don't know much about it. I didn't know Peter Thiel backed it. I didn't know all this other stuff, so I found it interesting. I found it interesting. I think that I could have watched a show on this, honestly, and it didn't need anything to do with Gawker or Hogan.
Yeah.
I think this stuff...
It was just a really good example, I think, of what... Yeah,
and they say that.
Yeah.
It was like perfect box, in a box, like morally gray, is it right, is it wrong?
Yeah.
And that's rare, but I don't know. It seemed like kind of a hook, but I don't know. What did you think, Matt?
I thought it was... I liked the... It really makes you think, and it's like, these people are above laws, above what what is right and things like that. So it's like that's a scary thing to think. It's like you don't want to think that that's how the world operates, but there's very clear examples in here. This is how it operates. Yeah. There's very clear examples in this past election that they show in the documentary, which I thought were some of the more compelling. Like you saw all these. I'm waiting for the definitive documentary about the 2016 election.
Yeah, right.
Because there was so many things that happened in vacuums throughout the year.
It's crazy.
That when they put it all together like this, even in this in just small sections, you realize like, holy shit, like these rallies were like he got media to like not some things he did, just media couldn't be there. Like you can't. He would pick and choose which media could be there, which media could not be there. Which is just exactly what happened in the Gawker Hulk Hogan case, but just like very out in the open.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Like I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna back someone and have you guys get like close your newspaper.
Yeah.
You know, or start like weeding people out of your newspaper and like fix in the.
But I'm gonna own it.
But you're out of here. You're not here. Like yeah. So I thought that was interesting and. Not interesting, scary.
It's scary. I mean, they talk about, the political machine and the billionaire machine, and it's very real, and it's eye-opening.
And you don't realize, when you watch things like this, you realize how much credible, honest-to-God journalism is needed.
Oh.
And you don't, like, you don't think of, like now, like, with modern age, you have Twitter, you have a bunch of different ways to, like, consume media. You don't realize how valuable, like, honest-to-God, like level across the board, just reporting the news is.
Yeah.
This is the same, when I watch this, it's the same feeling I got when I watched The Newsroom, the HBO show, The Newsroom.
Yeah.
You get a lot of that same feeling. It's like, you don't realize how important this is. Like, the nightly news, like, you think of it as like who the fuck watches the news anymore? But, like, that stuff is very important. Like, people need to be educated and know what's going on.
Yep.
And when you have people that can control and manipulate it like this, is a scary thought. Like, it's a very scary thought. And there's a lot of people that don't even get that, like don't even get to that level. Like you have to watch things like this before you can like realize it's like, oh yeah, like that's stuff that can actually happen.
Yeah.
So
I mean, go ahead, Adam.
So I was at first interested in this because, again, wrestling fan, Hulk Hogan, and when I had first heard about this, I was 100% Team Hogan, and like, of course, it's wrong to post someone's sex tape on the internet without them knowing it.
I'm glad you're saying this, Adam.
What?
I think I know where you're going. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So at first I was like all Team Hogan and, like this is wrong and it still is wrong to do. But then I saw the whole because I sort of thought the same thing. I was like, oh, well, I mean, it doesn't seem like he cares all that much about it. He's in the media. He's on Howard Stern, like he's doing interviews. He's on TMZ. He's getting a lot of publicity about this, and then it started to turn where like, oh, he's gonna sue now, and I was like, okay, yeah, so he'll sue. It's wrong to have someone's sex tape put out on the internet like that, but that shit happens all the time, and nobody gets $140 million for it.
Yep.
I didn't know about the whole split personalities thing. Something I thought that was very interesting was that when they were selecting the jury, that the judge straight up came out and said that she didn't like something along the lines of internet news media.
Yep.
That's wrong. Get her out of there.
Yeah.
She has a bias. I felt so bad for the I forget his name, AJ something.
Yeah.
The guy who
that
actually
was dumb though.
What?
Go ahead, Adam.
The guy who actually wrote the article and posted it, and he's just getting dragged through the mud and all of this. That sucks. But like, then again, on the other side of it, I'm looking at it from the side of Hogan's lawyers. Like, they said that they just asked them to take it down, and they refused to do it. Like, okay, realize it's wrong to put someone's sex tape out on the internet and pull it down.
Sure.
He asked. That was my thought on it. He asked. You save yourself $140 million.
Yeah, I suppose. And an organization that didn't want to like take a stand and fight back against stuff like that. That's what they decided not to do that. But that AJ guy in his deposition or whatever, when they asked him like, at what age do you not post? Under what age do you not post a sex video? And he says 4. Like, because he just hated the question. Like.
That's not a place to joke.
Well, not even like he was just like hated it. Like he like wanted to be like obviously under 18.
Yeah.
But he's just like 4.
Yeah,
yeah. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I looked at Molly and I'm like, you gotta know better than that.
Yeah.
Like you gotta know better.
It wasn't great. Well, another thing I found interesting.
You're in the business of like blowing things out of proportion. What do you think's gonna happen with that?
What an idiot.
One of the things I found interesting, and one of you guys might need to clear this up for me. I'm trying to remember how it happened, but there was something in that originally Hogan was in his lawyers. They were suing for a bunch of different things, and one of the things they took off the table because something would happen that it was
more money. It took off one of the bigger money.
It took off the money, but it didn't allow them to go after Gawker, right? It stopped the lawsuit. It was something. Oh, I know what it was. It was the insurance. It was something that if he had sued them for that, insurance would have covered it on their end. But he took it off the table because it was like he wanted to go after Gawker personally and end them. And that was one of the big. It's I think the dishwasher. No. That was one of the big things. Was like, well, that's a telltale sign of like there's somebody trying to take down Gawker. Like this is more than just.
And they hint at it there, and then they go on to reveal that it was in fact Peter Thiel, and he admits it, and that's just wild. It's wild.
It's wild that he admits it. Yes.
It's wild that he can there was no ramifications to that.
Yep.
I thought this. I think you kind of said it in the beginning, Adam. I thought it was going to be like, screw Gawker, poor Hogan. I mean, that just shows my lack of knowledge on this particular topic. Yeah. I didn't know what this was about or what happened in it, but I from the very beginning they make it very clear that they're pro Gawker. And one thing I like about documentaries is when they make the case for both sides of the story.
Yeah.
And I know they showed the other lawyer, and like, what is that?
That's the dishwasher. It's open and closing.
It's freaking me out.
He needs WD-40.
I think they showed the Hogan's lawyer or whoever that was, and he makes like a little case. I would have liked to have heard a little bit more about, what they were thinking in their camp, but I was happy that it didn't just stay on the Hogan thing because I'm not a big wrestling guy. I'm happy that it went to like a more pertinent topic, at least to me. And it sucks that the political machine is the way it is.
The political machine is turning strong. Sorry, so let's go around the table. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs medium. Adam.
So I'm glad we switched the format a little bit because I was going to come out with a hard thumbs down just because I had trouble following it. And I didn't like that it switched and I sort of missed it. Like the first half hour was what I thought it was going to be, and then not first half hour, first half.
Yeah, then switches over.
Next thing you know, it's on Peter Thiel, and then the Las Vegas newspaper, and then Donald Trump, and it just like it escalated. It was interesting. I liked how everything connected. So I will not be thumbs down. I will be thumbs medium, pointing down.
Gotcha.
Like nudging down.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I like the message that they got across that if you're a billionaire, like you're above the law, and how important it is to have real journalism.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going thumbs up. I like this a lot. I like documentaries that give good like thought-provoking questions and kind of like also I mean I always like a documentary that actually like genuinely scares the shit out of me. Like it's like you know what I mean, like things that like I wouldn't even dream I think could actually happen, and like things like this. So yeah, I like that. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Yeah. I'm thumbs up too because if it stayed on Gawker Hogan, I would have been thumbs down.
If it just was Gawker Hogan?
If it was Gawker Hogan telling me...
Yeah.
And, like, if it was Gawker Hogan... If, like, none of the other stuff was going on, if it was Gawker Hogan and it was just, like, poor Gawker for going out of business, like, I was, like, thumbs down. This is ridiculous. But once it turned over to, like, Thiel and Adelson and Vegas and Trump, I mean...
Nice.
Hate to feel triggered, but...
No. I think it's okay to be triggered.
Thumbs up.
All right, awesome. So that's going to be it. We have 2 thumbs up and a thumbs medium.
Next week?
Pretty cool. Next week, Adam, what are we doing?
Next week, we are watching Little Evil.
Would you say dark comedy? Or just comedy?
I don't know. I think it's probably dark comedy we'll go with.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's starring Adam Scott.
And Evangelina Lilly.
That's right.
So the synopsis is Gary, who just married Samantha, the woman of his dreams, discovers that her 6-year-old son may be the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm.
It is Adam.
And it is some type of comedy. I'm on the IMDb page right now. See what it's.
Sally Field is in it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Cool.
I like Sally.
It's comedy horror.
Comedy horror. I'll put that down. Comedy horror.
So I'm really interested to see this. I saw this trailer not too long ago. I like Adam Scott's brand of comedy. Evangeline Lilly is a very pretty woman. And I think personally someone I'm not a very religious person, but for some reason, like, religious scary movies get me, like The Exorcist and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing this one because it, has some comedy in it.
All right.
Yeah,
same and you said it is on Netflix.
It is on Netflix.
Netflix original even, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. So watch that for next week. If you want to join our mailing list, it's bit.ly/join movie club, and you'll get every week. You'll get what movie we're watching. It comes with a trailer, a nice little photo that Adam makes himself. It's custom it's custom. It's different every week for every movie that we're watching. So
use it as your desktop background, your phone background.
Yes.
This week's is a good one.
This week is a really good one. I like it a lot. It'll be up on our Twitter account as well, if you want to check it out there, what movies we're going to be doing. So that's it for this week, guys. That was Movie Club. We'll catch you next week.
See ya.